Hello, hello, hello. Gareth Naylor here, watercolor artist. So in this video, I want to talk about how to really improve your watercolor paintings. Just to basically, I'm not sure what really the right phrase is, but one of the weaknesses I see in beginners and still in myself is that we all want to paint a nice picture, and here I become philosophical, and it's true. But like most things in life that sound really good, it's just not, it doesn't work. You know, everybody's equal. Sounds great, sounds wonderful, doesn't really work that well in reality, sadly. And the same here. Let's paint a lovely picture. I mean, that's what we want to do. That's our aim. But if you set out to paint a lovely picture, I can almost guarantee you won't. It'll be like something, pardon the expression, but like stillborn. It will be something that will be dead. The life will be gone from it. And so why am I talking about this? To help you improve your watercolor paintings, but also because even after 20 years, I still haven't fully understood this. And maybe I never will. But the way you overcome this and the way you get that vitality into your paintings is you've got to be much more spontaneous. So there is a planning aspect to it. There is a certain order. It's not all spontaneous and chaotic. It's not that at all. So for example, you should always have a workspace. So this is essential. You should always have a workspace, and your workspace should always be set up. Yeah? Your water there, your palette there, your brushes, you're all ready to go. The airplane is ready to fly. You've just got to sit in the seat and press the button and you're going. So that is essential. That is so essential. But then once you've got that, then the next thing is where you're spontaneous. So today, for example, all my materials were set up, and then I chose this picture, and I love this picture because I love contrasts. I love the intense light, and I love the dark shadows. I just really like these kind of pictures. And then here, this kind of sparkling light effect on the road surface. It's one of my favorite kind of subjects. So what you normally do, right, is you're going to do a nice picture, a careful drawing, that kind of thing, right? But sadly, that's almost guaranteed to make you fail. Okay, I'm repeating myself, right? So what you do instead is you get some scrap paper and you just do a quick, like a throwaway sketch. And maybe at first it's going to be difficult to do this. Maybe you haven't got a pile of scrap paper. I try to keep a pile of scrap paper on my desk, so it's always there. And as soon as I paint on this, I know I'm not being serious. Look, it's torn, it's not neat. In fact, it's quite old. There's another painting on the back, yeah, one that died. One where I was being careful, yeah. But if you look at this painting, it's got something, hasn't it? I mean, granted, I did have an idea. Like when I started painting this, I thought I really want where the sunlight is to make it like everything's going to be dark, but where the sunlight is, I'm going to have it lit up with a kind of orange glow. So I did have a basic kind of idea of what I wanted to express, but I wasn't careful. And that's an important point. I wasn't careful. I was playing. I used this manganese blue as an experiment, and it worked really well. And I could see that this orange, this is burnt sienna, and this manganese blue were really working well together because they're contrasts. And if you've got two contrasting colours in a painting, it's really good to make them express themselves strongly. What I mean by that, you know, I'm always being a bit, you know, bloody, you know what I mean. I did literature, so I'm always trying to sound poetic or something silly. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way I am. But what you've got to do is you've got to have, in a more pragmatic way, let's say, you've got to show the pure colour of burnt sienna as much as possible and the pure manganese blue. Can you see? We've got that here and here, if you can. And you can understand when you do like a nice painting, you know that this is not real, that normally they're not going to be that pure. And that's why sometimes these sketches, when you're just experimenting and playing, is when you get these fantastic paintings, because they are exaggerated. They are not careful, so there's a looseness to them. There's also a kind of experimental something in them that gives them that extra vitality that your nice painting is not going to have. Yeah? So I don't know if you sometimes watch too many YouTube videos. I do. And you've probably seen that line, right? Nice guys always end up last. And I don't know, but nice paintings end up last too. Yeah? And I know it's a bit of a bummer, because you might be, because many of my beginners are like this, they've got like this sincerity to them, you know what I mean? Like they're not there just to mess around and be stupid. They want to get good at painting. They really want to improve. But the irony is, you have to have a certain looseness, relaxedness, an experimental type of mindset, as well as a drive to go and paint. Does that make sense? I think the problem is it's such a contradiction to make a nice painting or a good painting, a painting with life. You've just got to go at it in a bit of a cowboyish kind of manner and not care too much. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful. And so my challenge for you is first of all, for the more organized professional part of you, have your special space with everything set up, ready to go, water in the container, ready to go. But then the second thing is just get a photo of a scene you like and just get some scrap paper and then just do a quick sketch. And before you do the sketch, maybe think about what is the thing in this painting that I really want to express. So for example, in this painting, like I told you, I really, goodness me, this video is just like, you know, it's not a nice video either, is it? It's just so sketchy and rough. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, it's the message that is important. So in this painting, the most important thing for me was this like highlighted colour. And it's exaggerated. I mean, you can see it a little bit in here with the mountain, right? The mountain's a little bit orange, but the trees, you can't see that. But that's what I mean by experimenting. So here I did do the tree with an orange glow. And down here I did this orange. But then I moved to this manganese blue. And I wasn't being too careful. So when you get your photo of a scene you like, think about one thing in that image that you really like and that's really interesting and that you want to express. And then when you do your quick sketch, try to express that. And really don't become too careful, too tight as you paint that scene. Really do it with a kind of like almost one hand on the steering wheel or almost one finger on the steering wheel. Like, I don't care if this painting works or not, because it's just an experiment. It's just to learn something, and then I'm going to throw it away. So I hope that's helpful. If it's not, apologies, but I think that's really good advice. And even after 20 years, I keep screwing this up. And so at the end of the day, if it doesn't help you, this is a message to myself that before I paint anything, I should do a quick, rough, experimental sketch before I bother to do any proper painting, because that one will probably be better and more exciting than all the rest. That's all, and happy painting. Bye.